Officials confirmed one of the three people shot and killed was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends, where a total of 6 people were. One of them, a rapper Davon Bennett, who goes by the stage name King Von.
The police records pertaining to King Von's demise were released to the public today. The cops were notified by a hospital nurse. King Von was revived by them. King Von survived 2 surgeries, but as he was looking for his revolver, the nurse came in and startled him.
Made it to 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it to 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla know, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital?
Because she was there at the hospital.
The cops believe King Von was backdoored by one of his own, which is even more concerning. King Von's trained bodyguards were supposed to be protecting him tonight. According to police records, when the altercation arose during surveillance, all of his guards ran away in King Von's direction.
Security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the fuck you let him walk over? In fact, you ain't supposed to let him fight. He ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's the reason y'all here, the reason everybody in this parking lot here, because this man right here making the money and y'all his entourage. But that security guard, it's something fishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram. I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's some weird shit going on.
King Von's friends can be seen on the police body cam footage, but there isn't a single bodyguard in sight. The police even pieced together Quando Rondo's interrogation, in which he revealed the truth regarding King Von's death. However, Quando would later talk about what King Von said to Quando Rondo during the dispute and his time on the ground, with King Von on top of him during the police interview. To understand it completely, though, we must first look into the police file on King Von's death because of the incredible facts they gave. It states, on November 5, 2020, King Von and his group went to a club, Atlanta, for his CD's release celebration. This CD was called Welcome to O-Block. Who knew it would be so short? It was supposed to be a grand celebration of King Von's life and achievements. The enemies of King Von were many. Having grown up in a dangerous neighborhood like O-Block, he was aware of the risks associated with public exposure. As a result, King Von's team, which was divided up among 8 vehicles, had 20 to 25 people when they arrived at the club. 100,000 track. Van's manager even brought up the stringent security measures King Von put in place.
I travel with one security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. We're like, I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
Throughout the party, everything was going smoothly. This occurred suddenly until someone started texting King Von's phone. At about 2:30 in the morning, King Von received a call as King Von and his entourage began to leave the club. He would go out with the others, talk on the phone for 5 minutes or so, and then return. Everyone decided to head back to the Airbnb for the night in the parking lot. But King Von had a sudden change of heart.
Everybody mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. His team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision.
While the rest of the team went back to the Airbnb, King Von would give his driver instructions to head to another bar named the Monaco Lounge. The first of several choices that would ultimately result in King Von's death was his choice to go see the person he had been texting for the past hour.
Everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, hey bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey bro, you know we here by ourselves, like, where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
In his Escalade were King Von, a security guard, and a driver. However, the security only told the other team members that the plans had changed once they arrived in Monaco. The rest of the team swiftly got back in their automobiles and drove to the new club as soon as they found out. As soon as Van got to Monaco, his manager knew something was up with King Von. He wasn't acting like the upbeat person he usually is. Instead, he was sending and receiving texts while seated in the corner of his Escalade with his hood up. But Van's group was ready to sneak into the club. They did not know that King Von was acting strangely. They just wanted to continue throwing parties. Meanwhile, King Von sat in the truck for 30 minutes.
For some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 30, 35 minutes.
His manager entered the Escalade at this point to check on King Von. He convinced King Von to let him into the lounge, but according to Monaco Club rules, Von's team must leave their firearms in their automobiles. They first dispatched a security guard to check the club and ensure everything was safe before letting Van in.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Von. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
Professional security guards are already inside examining the area. Outside in the parking lot was the real danger. This is because Quando Rondo discovered who King Von was communicating with while driving with some of his own colleagues. One of Von's security officers saw Quando Rondo standing beside his white car after checking the parking lot from car to see who was there or whether anyone was trying to keep an eye on them. Unaware that the two were now at strife, he would rush over to King Von and inquire, "Did you know Quando Rondo was here?"
Right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
King Von reacted instantly, jumping off the truck and trying to confront Quando. Van's crew was trying to get him to stop being so rowdy and calm down. But King Von went on, even though this was his fastest move of the night. After around the front of the white automobile, King Von spotted Quando Rondo, looked him in the eye, and immediately swung at him.
He jumped out the car. By the time Von jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
The two would battle for about 30 seconds. That is, until Quando's best friend Lil Tim came out of the back of the white car with his gun and aimed it at King Von. When Von's management used it against King Von, he would also get a leg injury. However, Von's members remained strapped. They immediately retaliated against Lil Tim, bringing him down within a few feet. However, because of the noisy eclipse that was taking place nearby, two off-duty officers were manning security just down the street when one of the on-duty officers reached the scene from the other direction. They would use their walkie-talkies to fire a number of rounds into the area where, unfortunately, one of King Van's members had been killed. King Von and Quando were still sprawled in the center of the road. Some believe Quando tried to seize King Von's chain before departing. 100,000 Track believes that King Von kept Quando there for his own protection, even though the police have documents showing that Von was actually using Quando as a shield.
And was he trying to take Von's chain or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Von was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting, he's that strong, like, he just, like, he was literally holding him.
As soon as the situation subsided and everyone laid down their weapons, the race to save King Von's life started. Quando was actually hit by his best friend Muab as soon as he ran from Von into the middle of the road. Quando then left the location with his company, which included Lil Tim. All of them jumped back into their white car and drove off to the hospital. In the meanwhile, Von's crew flipped him get out and get into their own escape car so they could go to the same hospital where police have street camera film. Actually, King Von's car and Quandis's car used to be on the same side of the road. Von was hit 4 times, but he was conscious the whole time. According to others in the car with him, Von tried to make everyone happy and gave them assurances that everything would be fine.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get me to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been.
King Von was rushed into the operating room as soon as he arrived at the hospital. Sadly, he passed away after being surprised by a hospital nurse who was looking for his gun, despite having survived 2 surgeries. But here's something extremely strange. It was only recently revealed that King Von had been looking for a gun he never owned. But in an interview 2 years ago, Bowie said that Von had never been a gun owner.
Like you said, the King Von situation, like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like, there was no, especially since he had security, like, you know, someone should have jumped in. It should never even.
King.
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if you have real security,
all them niggas supposed to blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over everyone right now.
That f me up, bro. Cause I like King Von.
Which made some believe that the notion that Von had never had a pistol was being spread by his own teammates. King Von's passing would thereafter quickly become newsworthy.
This made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of
where everyone would immediately begin spamming Quando and Lowell. They all understood their responsibilities. So Tim's Instagrams inquired as to what had happened. Quando would thus divulge in his initial interview.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever like that. It could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
To even ridicule Tim, the perpetrator of the crime against King Von. He expressed his opinions.
No, like shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f him and shit like that. Cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
Tim would be arrested and charged with a felony the next day for what he had done to King Von, even though he had recovered from his injuries in the hospital. Lil Tim was repeatedly rejected at his many bond hearings. But in March 2021, he would be issued a $100,000 bond, which Wando Rondo would pay. In August, his attorney verified that the allegations against him had been withdrawn. 2023, which reads, "The case against Mr. Leaks, also known as Lil Tim, was dropped without ever being charged." However, this is only half the story, because what happened next resulted in one of the biggest cases in rap history. And Van's closest friends, O-Black members, and Lil Durk had to act. They wouldn't just overlook what they had done. In the months that followed, we would therefore hear of a major hit against Quando's team.
Now the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
As a result, one of my closest friends, Lil Pap, was killed in the attack. After Von passed away, Gwando realized he was experiencing the same pain as Lil Durk. As captured in news footage,
this man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Soon, Lil Durk would take credit for the hit. He would rap on the diss tune, but Durk won't do any because he's a vocalist. You can believe whatever you choose. Struck your parents, including even Gwando's cry upon hearing of his best friend's untimely death. No is how Durk ends his examination of the news in his piece about Jackie Boy and Wonderful. Wayne, as seen on TV, Gwando was shouting.
This man.
For this, L. Durk would be arrested in retaliation. The evidence files were released because we now know who snitched on Durk, the text said. The new boy's body cam footage of him begging to turn on Durk and F members has changed his case. Durk's lawyers submitted a lot of paperwork about their bond proposal, which brought up the subject of what Lil Ted said to the federal government. Ted is also known as DDD's younger brother these days. DD is Durk's primary man for anything pertaining to the streets. He goes to DDD when the police caught Lil Ted up at a local convenience store. They would quickly arrest him because he had a gun in his trousers pocket.
Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
After that, Ted was driven to the police station, but before he had even stepped inside, tears were streaming down his cheeks. "I swear I'll tell y'all about the passings," he would assure the police. It was too late, but he prayed he wouldn't wind up behind bars.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
I swear to God, I think I will tell you, please, I swear, please.
As he was led to the waiting cell, Lil Ted was seen sobbing excessively. All he wanted was to get home and tell on everyone he knew.
Hold on, you gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 779, what you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, all right? We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me, no, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
Everyone suspected that DD was the one who snitched on Lil Durk when they learned that someone was using their last name in court paperwork because DD is his older brother. This is because, as you may remember, only a last name, not a first name, is listed in court documents. As a result, Fazu had to go live on Instagram to explain the situation.
No motherfucker know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on, for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all that threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about Vonnie a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on, for real. My kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.